Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Wandering Village. I'm Evie Greenbottle, and we're in the desert, which is an interesting problem to have, I suppose, because we were really low on water. We've got all this tainted water, nothing to do with it, but we do have some water coming in, thanks to growing all of this cactus. Now, each of these cactuses are going to be about 3 water, which should be okay, and we will use that water to grow some corn, and hopefully that is enough to keep our villagers fed. So we've got that. What are we making over here? We've got mushroom stew going because we do have the 2 mycologists that are brewing some things up, and then also the 2 berry farms, as well as our scavengers out and about and seeing what they can find. And sometimes it's food, not always though. Right, we did have some problems with spores earlier, and we are very low on villagers. In fact, I don't have anyone who can even come and work in this building, which is not ideal. We do seem to be low on workers. We did have 5 leave because it was just a very bad time. We're gonna need to see if we can find some new ones. Oh great, and the wandering sandworms are coming towards us. And we've got a choice to make as well coming up, and the ruin biome is one of the options. It's definitely the option that I would like to avoid though. We do not want to be going in there if we can avoid it. Although, speaking of things that we need to be doing, Onbu is hungry, and I am going to need to feed him. So let's take a worker out of here. There's nothing for them to do anyways. We've got the 3 elephant fleas, which I think is fine. A scavenging party has returned. I'm going to send them to this oasis. Hopefully they can get that 150 water. That would be really, really good for us. And then, oh no, it's the ruins either side. Oh man, I think this game hates me. That is really, really harsh because we just came out of a ruin biome. It was really hard going. We had tons of poison spores on our back, and the water situation is not good because we do not yet have we don't have the decontaminators. That's one of the problems, but we also don't have the evaporators. We're trying to work on it now, but the problem is we're just not getting stone slabs in quick enough. I might need to have some workers really just focus on some of these stones because we don't have any workers. Right, that's also going to be a small problem. I'm gonna take a mycologist out of each of those though. And, we've got 4 doctors just standing around. The desert, technically, we're not going to need any doctors, so let's grab those 4 doctors back. The carpenter's almost built. We've got that stonemason just kind of working there. Just 1 person in here gathering clay, which is something we have enough of. We just really need those stone slabs. Scavenging party has brought back some sand. There's nowhere else for them to go. Oh, and I just really don't want to make a decision between those 2 things. Onbu, though, does need to be fed. We have 3 mushroom bowls, so let's load one of those up and send it to Onbu because he is quite hungry. And there doesn't seem to be any food in our near future, so we do need to deal with that. All right, we've got Onbu's trust has been improved and Ontos is back. Excellent. We have heard the sounds of a happy Onbu reverberating through the valleys. Sounds that haven't been heard in generations. Well done. But to fully prove your commitment to the cause, you must be willing to put Onbu above even your own people. Sacrifice 3 of your most devoted subjects. Transform their life force into sustenance for Onbu. This will show your unwavering dedication and your willingness to guide your village into a future that puts Onbu above all. Sacrificing our own people? I understand it's for the greater good, but I'm not sure about this. Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice any villagers to Onbu. Our villagers are important to us. And I don't know how that sacrifice works. I mean, it would feed Onbu and maybe keep them from revolting, but it seems a little bit harsh. Okay, it looks like our inventory is very full of wooden slabs. And what is your inventory full of? Storage is full of biogas. Oh, that is good news. Let's switch this over to compost for a little while, then they can keep working. And we could switch our farms over and choose a farm to be doing biogas. Our quarry has been built. This is going to be a great source of stone for us, a constant source of stone for us. So that is helpful and we'll take it. We'll also get some compost if we harvest these decayed crops. These were herbs, they just didn't make it. And we've got to decide on which path we want to go through with Onbu. Looking ahead, there's a spore cloud on this one, but there's also an oasis we might be able to hit. We can send a party over to that dune now. And this way, there's an infested factory. Oh, there's an infested skyscraper. Let's avoid the infested skyscraper, and we'll have to just deal with this in spore cloud. Maybe it will go by in time. We will want Onbu to sleep before he gets into the ruins, so let's just see about that. We found a dried out oasis. After a long walk through the desert, your scavengers can't wait to drink some water. Sadly, they find nothing but a dried out riverbed. So nothing we can do there. but we can scavenge for other resources, so let's do that, I guess. While looking for some resources, someone spots a shiny reflection in the former riverbed. Looks like something precious. We got a piece of glass and 5 tools. I mean, one piece of glass isn't exactly helpful, but 5 tools definitely is, because we are going to need those at some point. We should also feed Onbu another mushroom ball. He's at 43% hunger. His poison level is also quite high. If we open up the Onbu doctor, we could... Ooh, actually, when you give Onbu an antitoxin, and this is a really good hint, he does get immunity from poison for some time. So we might hold off on giving him that antitoxin until we're a bit further into the ruins and we actually need it, because Onbu would be getting poisoned. So yeah, I think we'll hold off on that. Onbu is not too hungry. Let's close the doctor, close the trebuchet, because we will wait on both of those things. Just want to take a look at our reserves here. Do we have any mushrooms? No, we've definitely eaten them all, which is not the most ideal thing. So we might want to switch this off Onbu's stew. Looks like we have quite a lot of berries around, so let's switch this over to berry muesli. I know we have another kitchen that is doing berry muesli as well, but if there's enough of those around, that'd be good. And it gives our mycologist time to get some stores of mushrooms back up so that we can make some more Onbu foods, because we are going to need many more of those. All right. Let's see. We need to build at least 5 firework launchers, research and build a community plaza. We should take a look at that maybe. But before we do that, we need to think quickly. After a long walk, the party passes a muddy spot in the desert. A brave scavenger wants to get a better look and inspects it. Seconds later, they're knee deep in quicksand. There's no time to lose. We need to help fast, or it's too dangerous to go in. Send the rest of the party to look for something to pull their friend out. When the situation is too dangerous, there's nothing we can do. Let's look for something to help pull the friend out. They manage to find a rope just in time. After pulling their friend out, they discover a source of fresh water underneath the sand. Plus 60 water and 40 sand. That is awesome. And I think Onbu is pleased as well, because nobody is dying today. And we've got 2 places we can send our party back out to. A ruined settlement where we might get some bread, and an oasis here to get some water. Because our water supply should be looking fairly healthy. 82. Never mind, they're not as healthy as I'd hoped they were. How is the research going? We are still 20 slabs away from having enough. I'm going to go and just put another worker in each of these just to speed this. Oh, this one already had to. Speed that along a little bit. All right, Onbu's entered the ruins biome, which means cactus is no longer going to grow. We're going to need to switch these back to, unfortunately, beets, because we still don't have the tomatoes. And I guess we can open up some of the air wells again. It will still just be gathering tainted water though, so we don't need to go too crazy. I don't even open 3 of them, because that one's, the storage is full. I think the storages might all be full of tainted water, and if we can't hold any more, yeah, I think we actually might be full up on tainted water. Yeah, so they're not working either. So, that is not ideal. Oh, and everything here is very infested. We've got an infested factory, a tainted lab, another infested factory, ooh, and a small landfill that we're going to... Oh no, I forgot to get Onbu to sleep. No, that's terrible. Onbu was meant to sleep in the desert. Now he's going to sleep in the ruins, which is really bad, and he's actually quite tired. I suppose if we had Onbu sleep now, it's not great, obviously, but if we have Onbu sleep now, and we'll come over here, let's open... Oh, we're going to need to open the village doctor. Let's open the Onbu doctor as well. And we'll open that one, and we can close that. And we're gonna need to take workers out of somewhere. But the question is where? Because we need doctors back. We are going to need Onbu doctors. We're going to give Onbu that antitoxin just as soon as all the conditions are met here. There we go. So let's give Onbu that antitoxin. Antitoxin is going to bring his poison levels down, but it's also going to give him some immunity from poison for a little while. A scavenging party has brought back some bread. I have nowhere else where we can send them at the moment. We're not able to go into any of these tainted places because we don't have survival gear yet. This is quite an unfortunate place for Onbu to be sleeping, but here we go. It's okay. Our doctors are up and running because we do have poisoned villagers. I think it's going to be okay, or at least we hope it's going to be okay. All right, we've got enough research now. We've got all the items we needed for the evaporator, so can we then get enough workers in there? You guys given Onbu's antitoxin? Yes, you have. So let's close that off. And then you guys can go and work in here. And then the research can begin on the evaporator. And then we can get the evaporator built, I hope. And if the evaporator is built, then we can start turning that tainted water into usable water. And that would be very, very good. Second scavenging party has come back with 5 iron ore and 2 eleflea eggs. 2 eleflea eggs does mean that we can be making... Oh, we've got 3 of these all doing the same thing. This kitchen is also making berry muesli. We have a ton of berry muesli. 83, that's going to keep our people nice and full. And we're up to 41 stored mushrooms as well, which is pretty nice. All right, you guys have run out of rocks to collect, so I'm going to put you over here. And you can get straight back to work. Oh, there we go. The evaporator has been researched. So let's come in here. We're going to build it over here. And other than the fact that it needs stone slabs, that should all be very doable. Now, we really need to get the decontaminator built. That feels like the next thing. Or the sawmill. I mean, the sawmill we could build straight away. Or the pet Onbu action we could also afford to do right now. The smoking hut we can afford to do. And then the smoking hut would actually open up the boarding house for us. And the boarding house would be kind of good. We also need to get to the community plaza. So we could go for brick furnace next. Oh, and that would open up the trade post. So yeah, I think we'll go brick furnace next. Then we'll get the trade post, because that'll be really good. Then the cottage and the community plaza. And then the glass blowers up there. There's so many still things to get. It's actually quite incredible. Okay, Onbu is not too tired anymore. I am going to wake him up. The storm has passed, which is good news. We'll get over to this small landfill and see if we can get past that without too much trouble, because at the old landfill, toxic fumes accelerate the growth of poisonous fungi and their surrounding mycelium. But maybe if we don't have any toxic fungi, maybe we'll be okay. It's hard to say. But fingers crossed it'll be all right. And we will be able to go to this derelict lab, which does sound kind of nice. And there's another small landfill over here, and also we'd be able to head into the mountains. And the mountains would be really good, because the mountains we can grow beets, and they actually grow really well there. Wouldn't mind that, but our Onbu is looking pretty good. Walking through the ruins, past the buildings, on like these old roads. And he's so cute. All right, brick furnace has been researched. We've got our clay over here. Don't know if it's the best. I mean, I think we'll probably always keep that as clay. So let's put our brick furnace. Let's just tuck it in here. I don't see any reason why we couldn't have it here. We'll get the brick furnace in. We'll start getting some bricks. That's where we get the clay from. You guys have run completely out of water, which is not ideal. Yeah, definitely not ideal. What is going on? Why is there all of this stuff just lying here? There are 2 elefly eggs and a simple meal cloth here. Very odd. Okay, that's the brick furnace done though. Is there anything else that we could... Oh, let's just do the pet Onbu while we wait. Okay, we can send out a scavenging party to the derelict lab. That's no problem. We're about to hit this small landfill, so we're just going to need to keep an eye on what's the case there. It's toxic fumes. But does it cause the fungal spores, or does it just make them grow faster? Because if we don't have any and it's just making them grow faster, it's no problem. If it's actually causing them, then that's a bit more of a problem. Nope, it looks okay. And it hasn't impacted anyone's happiness either, so that's also good news. The lack of water, though, is becoming a bit of a concern. I'm gonna close this village doctor down. There's nothing else for them to plant, and we are running out of food, it would look like, so not ideal, but sort of manageable. Stay 84. Oh, wait, the option is the ocean or the mountains. And I think that it's gotta be the mountains. The ocean we're just not quite set up for yet. But the evaporator has been constructed. If we get 3 workers in there and we start working on crude filtration, it's gonna require clay, which is a little unfortunate because we don't have a ton of clay. We can get our workers to come maybe work on that as well, although I don't have any spare workers, so that is a little bit more of a problem. Maybe we close this for now. We don't do any research for a second. And then maybe we close one of the mushroom places because we don't have any water anyways. Oh dear, our villagers are dissatisfied. But what's the main problem? They're poisoned. To be fair, that's going to be sorted in no time. We've got 2 doctors on the case. I don't have any workers really for more doctors, but the 2 doctors should be able to handle it. Oh, look, there's a nice sleeping spot there. Okay, we'll sleep in here. It'll be fine. There's some stinkhorn fungi that Onbu potentially could eat. Not that he needs to, but he could eat it. Ooh, and we might be able to find some Onbu painkillers from over here. And, oh, also over here. So we'll send them both off. Villagers seem mostly fine. There's some distress as they get poisoned, but also kind of okay. Let's just run a cheerful gathering just to get us out here, because I think that will be helpful. Some water is coming in, so plants are growing again, which does help. There we go. And the cheerful gathering has started, so that is also good. Taking a look at the research, it says that we've got 7 things that are possible for us to research. Might be worth doing. Oh, heal shrooms would be a good one, actually. We do need heal shrooms at some point, and in the mountain, that's where we are actually able to grow heal shrooms. Though it does mean we need a lot of herbs, and we don't have a ton of herbs, especially with this water shortage. But I feel like the bigger problem is just like a general worker shortage. Somebody wants to talk to us though again. We have received a transmission through our antenna tower. Aye, I see you can communicate over the airwaves, and you have a seafaring vessel to boot. A seafaring vessel? You mean Onbu? Aye, I don't care what you call it, but I'm glad you're out here. Listen, I have a favour to ask, from one sailor to another. Not many of us left these days. I know it ain't much, but I can give you this here old plant thing in return. A few years back, me and me mates got into a storm like we'd never seen before. Before we could go do anything, the waves had sunk our old schooner. Ripped the mast right off the deck, lost my entire crew that day. But I've heard rumours that some pieces of wreckage have washed up on the coast and sandbanks lately. Could you check 'em out and see if there's any mementos of me crew? I'd go myself, but I'm the only one man, and me little sloop won't get me far. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll be on the lookout for shipwrecks then. Thank ye. It's me one regret that I couldn't give a proper farewell to me mates. I'm looking forward to what you find. Alright, so send scavengers to pieces of schooner wreckage. Let's take a look and see what we can find out there. I mean, we're not going into the water. There is a shipwreck over here, but we are headed actually into the mountains instead. So we'll have to just keep an eye on that. We're getting quite a lot of quests kind of building up. And this is another spot where toxic spores are going to grow faster, but luckily we don't have any of those, so we don't need to worry about it. We definitely need some more workers though. Like, it is getting to be a bit desperate out here. If we could find some villages that had some people, that would be great. We did manage to find some Onbu painkillers from both of those derelict labs though, so that's nice. We might need those at some point. Oh, it's just not growing great, if I'm honest. Let's finish this berry muesli and then switch this over to poached elephant eggs. Let's switch you over to heal shrooms. That's going to grow even better when we get out of here and into the mountains. Ideally, we wouldn't hit the small spore cloud, but I have a feeling we're going to, which isn't great. But look what it's ahead. There is a settlement here and we might find some villagers, which would be really good because we actually do need some villagers. Please, Onbu's about to fall asleep. Will he get into the mountains first? No, Onbu, please. Just walk a tiny bit. Onbu's exhausted and doesn't trust our commands. Come on, Onbu. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's honestly less than ideal, but he'll sleep and we'll research something instead. How about a nice spore distillery? You never know when you're going to need a nice spore distillery. Or there's the sawmill wouldn't be a bad choice. Actually, the sawmill wouldn't be a bad choice. We have all the stuff we need already, so we can research that immediately. And it just sort of sorts us out so that when we run out of trees on Onbu's back, which we eventually will, we are ready to go cutting down these giant trunks. All right, both scavenging parties are ready to go back out, but there's nothing within... Oh, they can actually reach this mine, only just barely, but just barely is good enough for me. All right, people are going to be getting poisoned here again, and I still don't have any spare workers, which is a little unfortunate. Crude filtration, what's the problem? You guys have run out of clay. Okay, less than ideal. We'll close this off. We need to prioritize the collection then of some of these clay piles. It's unfortunate how much clay it takes really, because, well, we just don't have good clay stores yet. We'll select all those to be grabbed. And I think we have enough of those. I'm going to close the wood carpenter for now. We never even built the other one. It's literally one stone away, which is a bit upsetting that they just haven't gone and built it. Maybe I'll just select that they go do that because it's really not that much stone. One sad little stone. All right, sawmill has been researched. I'm not going to build one right now, but we are going to take a look at the other research options and just see what we might want to go with. Spore distillery is something we could just choose right now. We seem to have enough stone slabs coming in, which is nice. Fishery, we don't have any water, so that's not going to happen, which means tomatoes also aren't going to be a thing that we do. Could get the sacrifice villager, but I don't really love the idea of sacrificing villagers, but we could do it just to finish the quest. Let me know in the comment section, do you think we should sacrifice a villager for the quest, or should we just ignore that quest? Because I'm torn. I feel like I could go either way on that one. Let's get the smoking hut because it's a thing that we can do and it unlocks the boarding house, which I actually think would be good. It also gets us the wheat harvesting and we can get them to the bakery and such. Won't have anyone go and work in that carpenter just yet. And I might take both workers out of this stonemason just so we have some more workers available. But we did hear some sounds from deep below. Before even taking a step into the mine, splatters on the walls and shouting from within imply that a tragic incident has taken place. We can hurry and help. We can hide behind a rock and wait. We'll sneak when it's safer. Oh, there's no ways we'll end well. Let's hide behind a rock because we're big chickens, I think. Sounds from deep below. When your scavengers enter the mine, its interior resembles a battlefield. The only thing they can hear is what sounds like snoring from deep within. They grab a few resources and escape before whatever caused this returns. Plus 24 iron ore. I'll take it. Now, there's nothing else that we can go to within range, unfortunately. We need to get a bit further along. There are lots of shipwrecks out here, though. It would be nice if we could get over there and see what's there. We'll be able to reach this one when we get it further along, but yeah, we certainly can't right now. Gonna ask Onbu just to get up because he just really needs to get up. He's also very hungry. So we'll feed him a mushroom ball as well. And you know what? He also sort of needs an antitoxin if I can afford it. See if we have the workers for it. Give him an antitoxin. We do have one. Oh dear, are we about to go through this cloud? Oh, I could have waited a minute, couldn't I mean, it was either he was getting poisoned, but now we've got spores on his back, so we'll deal with the spores. It'll be fine. Oh dear, no, it won't be fine. It's right near our herbs, and it's right near our berries. Not ideal. Okay, what's over here? We've got a few more. I'm going to need to also like unselect other things that don't need to be selected at the moment. If that's it, there's just those 2 piles, and that's actually not too bad. Although I need to find where we're going to get the workers from to actually go do that. Our smoking hut has been researched. Is there more research that can be done? Curing. Unlock recipes for more efficient scavenging ration production in the smoking hut itself. Yeah, let's get that. We might as well just do that since it's available to us at the moment. Are they going to come and clear these out? Do you know what though? I've set all of these to be high priority. We may need to lower the priority on the clay. Oh no, because it's really, really spreading. Okay, we need more workers. Let's take people out of places so that they go and punch the spores because that is very bad. We're gonna grab you guys as well. Go punch the spores. Everyone's spore punching. Oh, good. Onbu is eating. Although the smell of that nauseating smell is going to make them unhappy. So now we have to deal with their unhappiness. But it's going to be worse if they get poisoned and die. So let's try to clear up Onbu's back. Ooh, a rain god is coming. Okay, that's really good. We need the water very badly. So let's open up the air wells with any spare workers that we have. Curing has been researched, which was a kind of a funny one that we don't really need, but at the same time, it would be good to have. Spore distillery is still a possibility. I actually think we need to save up for this decontaminator though. The decontaminator would be very helpful, but we are using that clay up fairly quickly. We are completely full on the berry dishes. But I think we can switch you back to beet soup, and I think we'll leave you as the berry muesli for now, but that's all kind of fine. The rain is coming down, which is good because that's going to help our water problem. Ooh, and we're growing heel shrooms, so we do need to also keep an eye on the herb situation, which looks like we're extremely low on, so... Oh, and I took all the workers out of here, so that's not great. We'll put them back in there. This is so close. Can we just finish punching this? The doctor's gonna heal you, and then you can get back to punching. That'll sort you. There we go. Oh, and then this berry collector probably needs to be reopened as well. All right, workers are back working in places they need to be working. Oh, this air well's not open though. Quick, open the air well and get a worker in there. It's very important. All right, the workers are still unhappy. I think it's the nauseating smell still. Oh wait, I don't have any scavenging parties available. Hold on, we need to open this up. I really need to get people. So if we can visit this, and can I reach that shipwreck? No, not quite. We can send a party there, and in a second we'll be able to send a party to the mine. All right, here's a good spot for Onbu to sleep, and I don't see why he wouldn't. Gonna also just have another cheerful gathering. We don't have enough herbs to do anything else. I mean, it would be good to have these heal shrooms because that's how we make Onbu health potions. But we may need to stop because the global resource is not. We only have 11 herbs, which is not a lot of herbs. So I might switch that back to mushrooms. He'll harvest those ones as they come in, but then we won't be worried about that too much. Okay, we can turn off the evaporator now, which is good. That gives us a couple workers back. There's still 270 tainted water, but we need the clay for our research for the decontaminator. And the decontaminator, I think, has to be priority at the moment. So, all right, scavenging party has found a group of settlers. Let's pick them up, but we will be calling it here for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.